Kakadosh Boker Tov. We're just going to continue with the halachot of Tisha Beav. We're now going to speak about Erev Tisha Beav. So we know that there's going to be a very famous machloket to do with whether there was going to be Shavua Shechal Bo Tisha Beav this week or not. And one of the reasons is because since Tisha Beav falls out on Shabbat and then we postpone it to Sunday, so the halacha is the week preceding it, is that considered Shavua Shechal Bo? Or do we say that no, that there's no Shavua Shechal Bo? Because really, be'emet, the Tisha B'Av was uprooted in its place, and now is a new obligation on the Sunday. Now, there's going to be a lot of different nafkaminas, practical differences between the two different ways of how you learn it. One of them is, are you allowed to learn on Shabbat regular things, or from after Chatzot, are you obligated to learn things which usually you would learn on Tisha B'Av? So here I'll give you the psak of the Rav Ovadia Yosef, what he says, whether it's going to be on a normal year or also this year. The Rav Ovadia brings down, Mutar lilmod Torah be'erev Tisha B'Av af achar Chatzot hayom. You're allowed to learn Torah even after Chatzot on Erev Tisha B'Av, because they only prohibited learning Torah on Tisha B'Av itself. But it says, Pikudei Adonai Yisharim Esamech Elev, that the Torah makes a person happy. Tisha B'Av, you're not allowed to be happy. Aval be'erev Tisha B'Av, but on Erev Tisha B'Av, whether it comes out on Shabbat or whether it comes out during the weekday, the entire day is going to be permitted until Ben Hashemashot. So he brings down here the Ramah. The Ramah says, "Nagu shelo limod Torah be'erev Tisha B'Av mechatzot hayom ve'elach, ki im bidvarim mutarim beTisha B'Av." The Ramah for the Ashkenazim comes and he says, and again we're talking about in a normal year, he comes and he says that on Erev Tisha B'Av after Chatzot, you're not supposed to learn other than things which are permitted to learn on Tisha B'Av. Right? Ve'af keshechal beTisha B'Av b'Shabbat, en omrim Pirkei Avot. And therefore, if Tisha B'Av falls out on Shabbat, they don't do Pirkei Avot, which means there's a minhag by the Ashkenazim that not like us that we do Pirkei Avot from Pesach until Shavuot and that's it. Them throughout the entire summer, they come and they read every single Shabbat. They read Pirkei Avot, and they learn Pirkei Avot. Lav davka perek each time. They learn Pirkei Avot. Here, once it comes out Tisha B'Av on Shabbat, they do not read Pirkei Avot. So the Taz says, Yesh li litmo, I'm astonished. Masha asal gam ke Tisha B'Av v'Shabbat. He says, even you're going to be, if they permitted you to eat meat, to drink wine, so all of a sudden, why are you going to be machmin now that you're not allowed to learn other than things which is avelut, things which are for mourning? And especially if somebody has a shiur kavua, why? And we also read in the Torah mincha, so why are we going to all of a sudden change the Pirkei Avot from that Shabbat like anything else? But then he finishes and he says, "Umatzati kedush shabashal yalomed achar chatzot be'erev Tisha B'Av, v'itil gam le'acherim lilmod, hilkach lomed Torah gam le'achar chatzot lo yifsid." So finishes the Taz. Listen, I saw the Marashal that he says that he used to learn and he used to teach. He used to permit other people to learn as well. And therefore, if you learn afterwards, you didn't lose anything. Okay. So now he comes and he says, right? The Drisha brings down. Right? Aval mori v'Rabbi katav v'chalil linhom b'migam zeh shelo limod beTisha B'Av v'itil lilmod ben hashmashot. And it's also the Biro Gra that he says it's a chumra yetera. So he continues bringing down Rav Ovadia all the different places where they say that it's only going to be a chumra, and therefore he comes and he says, he brings down Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, the Alichot Shlomo, and he says yesh makom le'akel lilmod Torah kol hayom. You could be mekel the entire day, and also the Aruch HaShulchan brings this down, and therefore you could be mekel, right, without any problem whatsoever. However, though here, Rav Ovadia wanted to permit even on a normal year. So that didn't even make sense, because if on a normal year you're going to be permitted to learn after Chatzot, Kal Vachomer, or the more so when it's going to come out on Shabbat, that you're allowed to learn after Chatzot. So this is going to be one of the halachot to do with on Erev Tisha B'Av. Now, the second halacha that I wanted to mention is on Erev Tisha B'Av, the Mincha, we do not say Viduim Nefilat Apayim. Why? Because since Tisha B'Av is called a Moed, so therefore on Erev, the Moed, on the day before the Moed, we do not say Nefilat Apayim. And therefore, if it comes out on Shabbat, we do not say Tzidkatecha. So it doesn't matter which minyan you go to, whether it's an early one or a later one, you're not going to say Tzidkatecha this Shabbat, because again, on Erev Tisha B'Av, we do not do Tachanunim. So to here, on Erev Tisha B'Av, we're not going to say Tzidkatecha. And we'll continue Bezrat Hashem with obviously all the halachot about whether it's going to be Sudat HaMafseket, whether it's until what time are you allowed to eat, how do we do it, that we'll do within the next few days.